good things are supposed to come in threes, hat tricks, the Holy Trinity, amigos. Not this time. The RBA delivering 3 rate rises in 3 months, lifting the average monthly repayments on a $500,000 mortgage by more than $300.
That's a big hit. We're getting up to a couple of $1,000s a year for people.
Oh, great!
Today's supersized rise of 0.5%, boosting the official cash rate to 1.35%.
The RBA said it wants rates to get back to normal, and that would mean about 2.5%, so, double where they are at the moment almost. But we know that they're fighting inflation as well, so they could go even higher, perhaps another percentage point on top of that.
It's a brutal blow for Aussies already dealing with the cost of living pain, the same pain driving these rate rises.
Oh, look, it's a grim outlook for a mortgage holder. Inflation is already sitting at 5.1%. It's now forecast to hit 7% by Christmas. They want to actually turn the inflation ship around.
They being ship captain, Philip Lowe, the RBA governor. And turning the inflation ship around in those waters is no mean feat.
We have to navigate some pretty choppy waters.
Sick of the ship analogies yet? No, me neither.
Using interest rates to control inflation, it's a very blunt instrument. I think of it a bit like trying to steer the Titanic through the icy waters. You want to miss the icebergs that are all around you, and those icebergs potentially represent a recession.
And with the risk of recession looming, there are no guarantees our short-term pain will equal long-term gain.
Monetary policy can only go so far. A lot of the problems we've got come from outside Australia. Higher interest rates aren't going to get Putin out of Ukraine, unfortunately. They're not going to suddenly grow more iceberg lettuces.
Iceberg, right ahead!
So, with mortgage holders hurting and our economy on the line, can the RBA keep Australia afloat?
Well, Dr. Angela Jackson is the lead economist at Impact Economics and Policy. Angela, it was another massive hike today. Was it needed?
Yeah, look, it is, Georgie, and it's really hard for households out there, and it's difficult as an economist to sit here tonight with you and say to households who have now faced 3 interest rate rises in the last 3 months, yes, this interest rate rise was needed. Our economy is performing very, very well. We have inflation obviously increasing above 5%. We have unemployment below 4%. It is the time where the Reserve Bank does need to be normalising interest rates to try and get inflation under control and to try and deliver sustainable economic growth.
When you hear the Reserve Bank talking about this stuff, the language is all around just moving gently away from emergency settings. This is all very rational and responsible, but for people with the mortgages facing these hikes, it's actually quite dramatic, quite impactful to their actual life. Does that tell us that actually the Reserve Bank is a bit out of touch with the way the economy is working in practice?
Yeah, look, that's right. So we have seen, this is the quickest tightening we've seen since the mid-1990s. And over that time, we've seen household debt skyrocket. It used to be around 50% of GDP at that time. It's now at 120%. So for households carrying a lot more debt, obviously these increases mean a lot more to them. But look, the Reserve Bank's got a really careful balancing act here. They need to manage expectations while not, hurting households so much that we do see a recession and we see real financial hardship.
Angela, as we heard in the package, there are a lot of ship analogies being thrown around on the economy right now. So what do you reckon? Is Phil Lowe more the Captain Hook or a Captain Feathersword?
Look, I don't know about Phil Lowe being a movie star, to be honest with you, or a character in anything. I'm not sure where you'd put him. But look, I think going forward, we'll see the Reserve Bank really trying to assure Australians that they do have our best interests at heart. They're not doing this to cause pain. They're not doing this to cause higher unemployment. They're really doing this to try and manage the economy through what are really difficult times, difficult waters, if you like.
I reckon Phil Lowe would be a very acceptable wiggle.
An acceptable wiggle?
What colour?
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah.
Will he be the
Green.
Would he be the 6th member then?
There's about 100 of them now, isn't there?
There is, actually.
I'd love to see it.
It looks like it's going to be rocky waters, whatever they may be ahead. Angela, thank you for taking us through it.
Thanks a lot.